Welcome to Yoga Lady. So for this session you'll need some props. You'll need a few cushions and some kind of belt or scarf or strap and maybe a blanket. So if you take your cushions and then put them on your mat like that, and then shuffle your bum in towards the cushions so the cushions come all the way up to your sacrum, to your lower back, but you're not actually sat on them. And then lie down onto the cushions and let the arms fall out to the sides. If you feel like you need more height, grab a few more cushions. And you could have the legs crossed, one shin over the other, or you can bring the soles of your feet together and lengthen the inner thighs, lengthening the back of the neck as well, and then just let the arms fall out to the sides. Feel the shoulders relaxing down. Bring your awareness to your breath. And bring your awareness into your physical body and just take a note of how you're feeling physically right now. So continue lying down here and feel the breath inside your nostrils. And then bring your breath deep all the way down into the lower belly. So as you breathe in, you feel the chest widening and expanding. The diaphragm muscle presses down onto the abdominal organs. And then as you breathe out, there's a sense of release and letting go. The diaphragm muscle moves up. Taking a few more rounds of breath. And noticing how the exhalation starts to lengthen. Good. And then inhale your knees up to center. Roll onto one side. Move your cushions out the way. Just move them to one side. And then lie back down. And just have your feet about hip width apart. Now we're going to lift up the right leg and bring the hands to the back of the right thigh. Work your way up to the calf or the ankle, and you can either keep your left leg bent or you can straighten that left leg. And we're going to start to draw the right leg in towards the body. And then flex the toes in towards the shin. And then push the toes away, stretching out the front of the foot. Inhale the toes in and exhale them away. Inhaling in and exhaling away, and then circling through the ankle one way and the other way. Drawing the leg a little bit closer in towards you, and then bending your right knee and taking left hand to the outside of the right knee and drawing the right knee over to the left, softening the right shoulder down to the ground and turning to look out over the right arm. Inhale back through to center. Bring the right foot flat down onto the ground. Lift up your left leg. So same thing on the other side. Just bring the hands to the back of the thigh. And then work your way up to the calf or the ankle. And maybe slide that right leg away. Keep the pelvis nice and level. Shoulders relaxing down. And then draw the left toes in towards the shin. And push the toes away. Stretch out the front of the foot. Inhale the toes in. And exhale the toes away. Inhale them in and exhale away. Draw the leg a little bit closer and then bend the knee and bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee and slide the left arm over to the left. Draw that left leg over to the right and turn to look out over the left arm. And then inhale back through to center. Let's bring the big toes together and the hands onto the knees, and then just start to circle your knees around your hips, massaging the lower back and feeling into the hip joints. Good, and then place your feet flat down onto the ground. Have your feet about hip width apart. Take a breath in through your nose And as you breathe out, press down into your feet, lift up the tailbone, start to lift up through the spine and reach your arms up and over your head so that you come to lying on your shoulders and you're drawing the knees away from the body and the chest towards the chin. Lift up the pelvis and then slowly lowering all the way down. And then either bringing your hands to the backs of the thighs and rocking and rolling along your spine to come up like that, or rolling onto one side and coming up to sitting. You might like to sit onto a cushion or yoga block if you have one. So if you've got any lower back issues or if your hips are really tight, maybe just sit onto something. And then bring your hands together. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, take your elbows wide, spread the fingers, glide the shoulder blades down the back. Bring the hands back to the heart, breathing in, and then breathing out, reaching wide and down. This time we're bringing the hands together and reaching the arms up. And then as you exhale, circle through your wrists. And then bring that movement into your elbow joints. Bring your hands onto your shoulders, thumbs back, fingers forward, and then circle the shoulders. So you're inhaling forwards and up, and then exhaling back and down. Inhaling forwards, up, exhaling back and down. And then bringing right hand onto the left knee and the left hand's behind. Inhale as you lengthen upwards and exhale as you spiral over to the left. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to turn. Feeling this lovely twist in the upper back. And just be aware that if you've got any lower back issues, don't twist too much into the lower back. Only ever do what feels good. Bring the left hands to the right knee and the right hands behind you. Inhale as you lengthen upwards and then exhale as you turn. So you're lightly drawing the navel towards the spine. Good, and then come back through to centre and drop your hands down onto the ground. So you might just be here on your fingertips, dropping the chin to the chest, or maybe walking your hands forward and folding in. And then walking the hands gently in towards you and sliding your legs out in front of you. Take the hands to either side and draw the inner thighs inwards and then down. Let's flex the toes in towards the shins and then push the toes away. Flex them in, push them away, circle through the ankles one way and then the other way. And then take your legs a little bit wider, so you might have like a 90-degree angle between your legs and you're pressing the heels down. Toes up, knees up, sit bones grounding down, and then bringing the hands together and starting to circle, moving in time with your breath. Good, and then changing direction. And coming back through to centre, sliding the right hand along the right leg and reaching up the left arm. So the right hand can just come anywhere onto the right leg, maybe a shin or ankle or toes. Left arm reaches up, both sit bones ground down evenly to the earth. And then the left hand comes down onto the left leg and the right arm reaches up. Good, and then come back through to centre and bring your hands down onto the ground. Inhale as you lengthen and then exhale, walking fingertips forward, folding in. Inhaling, coming up. Bring the hands to the backs of the knees, lift up your legs, bring the soles of your feet together. And then take the hands around the feet and just get your thumbs into the soles of the feet and give them a little bit of a massage. So you might work into the arches of the feet, the heels, the ankles, and then get the thumbs into the calf muscles. Give them a bit of a massage. And then bring your right leg over your left leg, or one leg over the other. And then roll onto your hands, roll onto your knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Have the heels of the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And then start to circle shoulders around wrists and hips around knees. Nice fluid movements. So you're feeling into the shoulder joints and the hips and just checking out how your body's feeling. And then going the other way. Hands coming back through to centre, breathing in, lifting your heart, lifting your tailbone, looking forwards. And then as you breathe out, draw the navel back, drop the chin to the chest and arch back. Inhale as you extend the spine, looking forwards and up. And then exhale, arching back. Inhale to the extension. Exhale, arch back. Come back through to centre and then slide your right leg back. Come onto the ball of your right foot and reach the left arm forward. So just identify your left arm reaching forward, and then if you like, raise your right leg so you're reaching into the heel, keeping your body in a nice long line. Good, and then bring your left hands down, right knee down, slide your left leg back, and then reach your right arm forward and raise the left leg and reach into the right arm. Good, bring the right hands down, left knee down, and then keeping your hips over the knees, pad your hands forward, and then rest the forehead to the ground, opening the armpits nice and wide. So you're in a puppy dog pose here. Good, and then walk your hands in towards you and sit back onto your heels. You could always sit onto a cushion if that's a bit more comfortable, or sit in a different way. Bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, push the hands away, and then reach the arms up. And just lightly draw the navel back, open the armpits wide, and then root the sacrum downwards. And make sure you're really grounded through your shins. Keep bringing your awareness back to the breath. And then let's release the arms. Bring the hands back together and see if you can interlace your fingers the unusual way. So have the other index finger in front and then push the hands away and reach the arms up. And you'll find it feels quite different on the other side. Good, and then release the arms. Bring the hands down onto the ground. Let's take the knees wide and bring the big toes together and then reach the arms forward and come into a child's pose. So just allow yourself to surrender into this pose. Feeling the breath in the back body. And bringing your breath all the way into that space at the back of the heart. And then all the way to the lower back. Good, and now looking towards your hands, spread out your fingers nice and wide. Tuck your toes and then lift up your hips. Come right up onto the balls of your feet with your knees bent. And then just start to walk out your dog. So maybe bending one leg as you straighten the other. Maybe giving your head a little shake or a little nod. Opening the armpits nice and wide. Bringing in any movement that feels good in your body. And then let's raise up the right leg. Reach right up into the heel. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Step the right foot forward and come onto your left knee. And then sweep the arms up, thumbs back, palms in. You can drop the pelvis a little bit, but only ever do what feels good in your body, what feels comfortable. So the thumbs face back, palms in, and we're drawing the chest away from the pelvis, really lengthening the spine, breathing deep into the lower lobes of the lungs. And then taking the right hand to the left wrist and drawing that left arm up and then over to the right. Inhale back through to center. Bring your hands onto your knee and then reach the right arm over to the right. Bring the right hand back onto the right knee. Reach the left arm over to the left. Bring the left hand back onto the right knee and then bring both hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toes, raise up your right leg, reach right up into the heel. Place the right foot down, inhale the left leg up. Left knee to chest, left foot steps forward, come onto the right knee, sweep the arms up, thumbs back, palms in. Catch hold of your right wrist with your left hand, draw that right arm up and then over to the left. Inhale back through to center and then bring the hands onto the left knee and reach the left arm over to the left. Bring it back onto the knee, reach the right arm over to the right. Bring it back onto the knee, bring both hands down, framing left foot. Tuck the back toes, raise up your left leg, reach right up into the heel and then place the left foot down. Looking towards your feet, have your feet about hip width apart and then just walk the hands in towards the feet. Bend your knees quite a lot so that you can come into a forward fold with your belly resting onto your thighs. Let go of your head, maybe shake out the arms, shake out the shoulders. Have a sigh out through your mouth. Good, and then from here we're going to press down into the feet and slowly come up to standing, stacking one vertebrae onto another to come all the way up. And then come to the front of the mat and we'll come through Surya Namaskar, the sun salutations. So if you have your feet about hip width apart or you can have your feet together, it's up to you. Bring your hands to your heart, take a breath in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. Inhaling nose and then exhale through the nose, partially closing the back of the throat. Inhaling nose and exhaling nose. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, fold yourself in half. Bring your hands onto the shins. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step right foot, left foot back so that you're in a plank pose. Option to drop down onto your knees. You don't have to hold plank. Only hold it if you like holding it. Lift up that space at the back of the heart. Draw front thighs towards back thighs and fix your gaze to a spot on the mat. Then come down onto your knees and lower all the way down to the ground. Slide the arms forward. Bring the elbows under the shoulders, forearms parallel. Press into all 10 of your toenails and then lift the heart through the gateway of the arms. So if this is enough, you can stay here, or otherwise you can turn your fingertips out, press into your hands and lift the elbows, coming up a little bit more, really lengthening and opening the front side of your body and breathing into it. And then slowly lowering down, bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift up the hips, spread your fingers nice and wide, let go of your head. So you're kind of pressing into the hands, pressing into the roots of the fingers. Middle fingers are parallel and face forward and you're pressing into the base of the thumb and the index finger. Good. Drawing the chest towards the thighs. You don't have to have the legs straight, you can have a bend in the knees, but try to extend the spine. Good, and then step the right foot and the left foot forward. Bring the hands on the shins, lift the chest, exhale, fold in. Press down into the feet, sweep the arms up and lift your heart as you do that, and then bring the hands back to the heart. Good, so that was one round of Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. Now we're going to take another one. So we take a breath in, breathe out through the nose, and then inhale the arms up and exhale, pour it down. Inhale the hands on the shins, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step right foot, left foot back, plank pose. And then come onto your knees, lower all the way down to the ground. This time bring your hands under the shoulders so that the fingertips line up with the tops of the shoulders and the elbows hug in to the sides of the body. Press into the front of the feet and the thighs and the pubic bone, and then have a sense of pulling your hands towards your feet as you lift the heart and chest forward and up. And then exhale down. It's like a wave. So let's just try that again. Inhaling up, hardly any pressure in your hands. You're using the lower back muscles, and then exhaling down. Press down into the hands, tuck the toes, lift up the hips, spread your fingers nice and wide, reach down towards the heels. Let's raise up the right leg and then step the right foot forward. So we're going to come into a high lunge now. Right knee is stacked exactly over right heel. Establish your foundation through the feet and then sweep the arms up. So it helps to fix your gaze to a still point, to find the balance, and then really reach into that back heel. Find your breath, inhaling. Exhale, ground down through the feet. As you inhale, just straighten up that right leg. You don't have to straighten it a lot, maybe just a little bit, or maybe completely, and then bend the knee on the exhalation. Inhaling, straightening up that right leg a little bit, and then bending the knee. Inhaling and exhaling, knee over heel, hands come down, framing right foot. Plant the left hands to the ground, and then reach up with the right arm, turning the chest. Good. And then bring the right hands back down to the ground. Step back into a plank pose. Come down to knees. Lower all the way down to the ground. And then this time we're going to take the arms alongside the body with the palms facing up. And then inhale, and using the strength in your trunk, lift your body up, but keep the head and the neck quite relaxed. Reaching the fingertips towards the heels. Stay with your breath. Good, and then exhale, release. And you might like to just rock your hips from side to side, freeing up the lower back. And then bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift up the hips, spreading your fingers nice and wide. And then raising up the left leg. And stepping the left foot forward. Good, so we're going to rise up into that high lunge again. Sweep the arms up, keep that left knee over the left heel, really reach into your back heel. Draw the chest away from the pelvis, lengthen. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, and then inhale, straightening left leg, either just a little bit or a lot. So keep listening into your body, and then exhale, bend the knee. And inhaling. Exhaling. Inhalation. Exhalation, bend the knee. Bring both hands down, framing your left foot. Plant your right hand to the ground and then reach up with the left arm. Turning the chest, turning to look up. Good, let's bring the left hands down. Step the right foot forward, lift your chest. And then exhale, fold in. Press down into the feet, sweep the arms up, all the way up, and then bring the hands back to the heart. And if you just come to the front of your mat with your feet about hip width apart, scan through your body, noticing sensation, noticing breath, noticing your heartbeat. Good, and then from here we're going to take a step back with the left foot and turn the pelvis so that the hips face the long end of your mat, and then bend your right knee and come into a warrior two pose. So you're reaching through the arms. Your right knee is exactly over your right heel. If you line up the tip of your kneecap with your second toenail, you should be able to see your second toenail and the knee's not collapsing in. So make sure that that inner thigh is really active, and then anchor yourself through the back heel and through the outer edge of the back foot, and then feel that beautiful line of energy moving through the arms, and just soften the shoulders away from the ears. Fix your gaze out over your right middle finger. Turn the right palm up, reach up. Bring the left hands down the back of the left leg. So you're in a dancing warrior pose. Then come back into a warrior two. And then bring your right elbow onto your right thigh and reach straight up with the left arm. So you can either reach straight up towards the sky, or you can reach up and over and find a beautiful diagonal line of energy from your left little finger to your left little toe. Keep drawing that top hip up and back, and then come back into a warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Adjust your feet if you need to. It might be a slightly shorter stance for Trikonasana. And then lengthen both sides of the torso and let your right hand drop down onto the right leg and reach up with the left arm. Don't be in a hurry to get your hand all the way down to the ground. So just let the hand rest onto the leg wherever it lands. And then you're looking up. Either you're looking up, or if that's not comfortable in your neck, you can always look down towards your right big toe or look straight ahead. So do the version that feels comfortable. Reach into the top arm to come up, and then step your left foot to the front of the mat. Good, so now we're going to take that to the other side. We're going to have the left foot forward and the right foot back. And then we're going to come into warrior two on the other side. So the left knee stacked exactly over the left heel and the arms reach wide. Check your alignment, check your foundation. Make sure that left knee is not collapsing in, so you're really activating the inner thigh. Turn the left palm up, reach up, and bring the right hand down the back of the right leg for a dancing warrior. And then come back through to center and bring left elbow onto the left thigh. Reach straight up with the right arm. And then reach up and over and find that beautiful diagonal line of energy from your right little finger to the right little toe. Inhale back through to center. And then straighten up the left leg. Adjust your feet if you need to for Trikonasana. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, reach and lengthen and let the left hand drop down onto the left leg and reach up with the right arm, drawing the right hip up and back. Stay with your breath. Good. And then inhale all the way up. Release the arms and come back to the front of your mat. Good. So let's take a forward fold here. We're going to step the feet quite wide so that if you take your arms out and reach your fingertips up, your heels are under your wrists. So about that distance. You can just have a look at your anatomy and check that it's all nicely lined up. Outer edges of the feet are in line with the edges of the mat. Hands to the waist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lead with your heart. Hinge at the hips as you fold forward. And then bring the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale as you continue to fold in. Walk the hands back so that fingertips line up with the toes. Forearms are parallel, and then the crown of the head moves down towards the ground. Stay with your breath. Good. Bring the hands to the waist. Press down into your feet, coming all the way up. And then let's reach the arms wide. Deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, fold forward. Now take your right hand into the middle, so the right hand's under your face, and reach up with the left arm. Turning the chest, turning to look up. Staying really equal through the feet. And then bring the left hands to replace the right hand and reach up with the right arm. Good. Bring the right hands down. Bring your hands to your waist. Press down into your feet and inhale, coming all the way up. Good. And then step back to the front of the mat. Let's take a balance here. So we're going to drop the weight into the left foot, bring the hands to the waist, pick up the right knee, and then bring the sole of your foot. So you take the right knee out to the side, bring the sole of your foot into position. You might keep the toes down on the ground like that, or bring the sole of the foot below the knee, or bring the sole of the foot all the way up to the inner thigh, whichever version of tree you're working on. Try to take the knee wide, kind of draw the sit bones towards each other, and then bring the hands to the heart and fix your gaze to a still point. And then you might reach the arms up. Stay really grounded through the legs. So your legs are like the roots of a tree, and your body's like the trunk, and the arms are the branches. If you want to open up your branches, then you can do that. You might even sway around like a tree swaying in the breeze. And then bring the hands back together and to the heart. And let's just bring that right knee forward, pick up the knee, point the toes, turn the palms to face up, deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, turn the palms to face down and slowly lower your right leg down. Drop the weight into your right foot. Pick up your left knee, take it wide out to the side. Again, bring the sole of the foot into the position that works for you. Keep the pelvis nice and level, shoulders stacked over the hips, hands to the heart, find your center here. And then fix your gaze and reach the arms up, lightly drawing the navel back, and maybe opening up through the arms and feeling like you can radiate energy out through all different areas of the body, like a human starfish. And then bring the hands back to the heart, back to the together, back to the heart. Bring that left knee forward, point the toes, palms face up, deep breath in, and then exhale slowly, lower down. So that is part 1 of this yoga session, and the next part will follow shortly. Thank you for watching.